All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
Line, under Louis. 15.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. OH3, 218. Chopper.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Get ready.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Under 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Let's go!
At their own 13-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's now 3rd and 9.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
43! 43!
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And an alley to run. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Yellow! There's a long light!
I got it.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. Left. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, let's go.
Now Mahomes. He'll have a first down past the 40. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
54. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Mahomes to throw once more. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Ready? No.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Two. Hey, can. 50, Mike, 50. Quit talking about it and bring it. What's that? Hey, Mike's 50.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he finds Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check curls. Right left. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Yeah, let's go second. Flicker. Showing it. Slam.
Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Vikings 7.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to the ground, Cook. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins, he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Too little, cut. Kill. Turn it. Kill, turn it. What's the distance? 44 to Mike. Strip the ball.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Bashaud Breeland, the one that got him down.
It's a pickup of 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Mahomes now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, pick your game up. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Right side.
Now they try the right side here. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here it comes, here it comes.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
So don't say nothing.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. You don't want this.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Next the score, Vikings 17, Chiefs 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's McCoy. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
You can't block me. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, 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 twist.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On fourth down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
They can't hang with us. 44, Mike, 44.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Mahomes now on first down. That's complete to Robinson. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now it's Mahomes again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Check. You know it. All day, dog.
Cousins. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
53, Mike.
Now Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but now it's 3rd and goal. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
What's that? 44, Mike, 44. What's that?
From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Hey, Ken.
Throwing, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
A gain of 16 yards.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
On first down, it's Cook. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our line. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 37.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage to 31 now on first and 10.
55.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here. Watch twist. Watch twist. Easy.
Mahomes now on first down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
54. Bring it.
Mahomes to throw once more. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. Now McCoy. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Come on, QB, come on.
On second and goal, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. It's complete to Diggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Chiefs' 42-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's get this, get this.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got him the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Daniil Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now here's Mahomes. He finds Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's McCoy. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He was brought down by Eric Wilson. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go again to McCoy. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Robinson with a big catch. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Easy.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Come on, fellas.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And it's taken in at the 9. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
From the 24, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Check 53's Mike.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Lucky 48. Where's the shot?
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Mike 59. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Cousins. And that's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
44. Mike, 44. Oh, you got deep?
Again, it's Cousins. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll throw again. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal, a 46-yard attempt.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Yellow. Yellow. Yellow, yellow. Mike 55, Mike 55. All right. In general, fast. Hey, let's get
10th carry now for McCoy. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Vikings' 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Hero 15.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Robinson's got it. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
15.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
16 yards.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. This is caught. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
It's a gain of 14.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. He finds McCoy. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The hunt.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Check, 59, 59.
Watch the split. Watch the split. 25, check 25.
Here's Cousins. It's brought in by Doxson. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and a yard, Cousins. He's got Smith here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First down, Minnesota.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
I'm going to hit you all
In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and never an easy thing to come into Arrowhead and get the victory. One of the toughest places to play in the league, but they did it.
Some of the best fan support in the league. They take pride in it. They love their team. They rally around them, good and bad. But when it's good, oh, it is so difficult to come into this place and get a win. From the time they sing the national anthem and finish it with the home of the Chiefs, you're in trouble right from that moment usually.
So for the Vikings, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.